and welcome to another episode of TechnyFire, the show that keeps you updated about everything technology. I am Dapo Aruwajoye today, and we are at the InnovateAI Conference 2026 here in Lagos. And the theme of this show is Responsible AI Beyond Innovation. And here you have everyone concerned about AI, from government officials, innovators, students, and even everyday user of the technology. And they're basically looking at impactful AI in Africa and not forgetting the role of Nigeria in the ecosystem.
Possibility to discipline around accountability. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant concept reserved for Silicon Valley. It is already embedded in Nigeria's financial services, telecoms, media, agriculture, health systems, and public administration. Algorithms determine credit approvals. Automated systems flag suspicious transactions. Digital platforms influence consumer behavior. Generative AI tools are reshaping how businesses operate. The real question before us is not whether Nigeria will adopt AI. That decision has already been made by market forces. The real question is whether we'll adopt it responsibly. Responsible AI is not an abstract ethical conversation. It is an economic imperative. Across the world, capital flows toward markets that demonstrate predictability, governance, and trust. Investors price risks. If AI systems are opaque, discriminatory, poorly governed, or vulnerable to data breaches, that risk is priced into companies, sectors, and ultimately into the country itself. We have already seen what governance failures look like in practice. The enforcement action by the Nigeria Data Protection Commission, including significant fines across sectors, sent a very clear signal. Data governance is no longer optional. It is enforceable. And the financial and reputational consequences are real. For a country like Nigeria, with a young population, a fast-growing digital economy, and deep entrepreneurial energy, AI represents an extraordinary opportunity. Estimates suggest AI could contribute significantly to Africa's GDP over the next decade. But that value will not materialize automatically. It will depend on whether we build systems that are trusted, auditable, inclusive, and aligned with our regulatory frameworks. In the capital markets where I operate, trust is the oxygen of the system. Every trade, every listing, every investment decision rests on confidence in the integrity of that market. As AI tools become embedded in trading strategies, surveillance systems, credit scoring models, and investor analytics, we must ensure that the algorithms driving financial decisions are explainable, fair, and subject to oversight. At the Nigeria Exchange Group, where I chair, our responsibility is to safeguard market integrity while enabling innovation. Capital markets operate on confidence. Confidence is built on transparency, fairness, and credible oversight. As AI becomes more embedded in trading systems, analytics, compliance, monitoring, and corporate reporting processes, institutions must ensure that technological advancement strengthens these foundations rather than weakens them. Imagine a scenario where AI-driven credit models systematically exclude certain demographics due to biased training data, or where automated trading systems amplify volatility because of poorly designed risk controls. These are not theoretical concerns. There are structural risks that can destabilize institutions and erode public confidence. The implications for governance are profound. Board and executive management teams must understand the risks associated with automated decision-making systems. Data protection, privacy, cybersecurity, and algorithm accountability must be embedded into enterprise risk management frameworks. Regulators must continue to refine supervisory approaches that encourage innovation while maintaining market stability. In this evolving landscape, governance cannot be reactive, it must be anticipatory. Responsible AI, therefore, must sit at the intersection of innovation and governance. First, we need regulatory clarity that supports innovation without suffocating it. Regulators, industry players, and technology leaders must work collaboratively to define standards around data usage, algorithm transparency, cybersecurity resilience, and accountability. A fragmented or reactive approach will only create uncertainty. Secondly, board and executive teams must treat AI governance as a strategic issue, not a technical one. Oversight of AI systems should sit alongside financial reporting, risk management, and compliance. The same discipline applied to financial controls must be applied to algorithm controls. Third, capacity building is critical. We cannot regulate or deploy what we do not understand. From policymakers to compliance officers, from engineers to directors, there must be deliberate investment in AI literacy. This is not about turning everyone into data scientists. It is about ensuring decision makers understand the implication of the systems they approve. Fourthly, we must localize our approach.
What is irresponsible AI? Or what's an example of irresponsible AI in today's age? And it is that Russian guy who had the spy camera glasses, went around African countries, deceiving young women and luring them for sexual relations, and then ending up putting their videos on social media. That is an example, very good one, of irresponsible AI. And so, back to the question of what my take is on responsible AI. I would say responsible AI is innovation with accountability. It's about building powerful technology that protects people, preserves trust, and strengthens institutions. It should not at any point weaken our institutions. That is what responsible AI is. So if you're thinking of a formula, it is one that protects, preserves, and strengthens. Now, let me bring it back to the practical aspect. Forget definitions. I lead an organization, a broadcast organization, that responsible AI news anchors that delivers news bulletins, first of its kind in Nigeria and in Africa. And I use the word, thank you for the applause, I use the word responsible AI because we didn't just create it for the sake of creating it. We created it to deliver bulletins in multiple Nigerian languages. Our languages are no longer being spoken or known by the younger generation. How would they get news in the respective languages? And that was why we went for something inclusive. And so for us, that is what responsible AI is about, responsible AI use. Now at TVC News or at TVC Communications, and personally, I see AI like electricity. And the reason I say that is electricity is powerful. How many of you agree? Electricity can power cities. It can light up a hospital. But at the same time, if you put cables or install cables through a house without the correct insulations, you can burn down the whole house. And for us at TVC, we see and we have insulation. Because guess what? The problem is not the power, it's not the wiring, it's not the cable, it's actually the lack of insulation. that's there. And so we've decided that to be responsible AI users and consumers, we've insulated ourselves by adopting what we call the 3 Ts, which the chairman actually of the Nigerian Exchange Group almost alluded to. I thought, did this man read our website or our AI policies? The 3 Ts for us is trust, it's truth, and it's transparency. He said trust, talent, and transparency. Now, for us with trust, very quickly, despite having these powerful AI news anchors, and irrespective of how much it will grow and whether the language learning models develop or not, we still have our bulletin editors and the editors-in-chief checking. We still have them verifying and approving scripts that are fed to the AI avatars. So at no point in time do we have AI-generated news. What we have is verified news being fed to the AI news anchors that then delivers it in multiple languages, right? And so that's where you begin to be responsible. Secondly, and very importantly, for the avatars that we have created, we have ensured that the images and the likeness of our AI anchors, we sought their permission before using it. Thereby, we are respecting copyright, we are respecting image rights, and even data protection laws. So for us at TVC, it's non-negotiable when you use the images of our anchors. You cannot just use it because they are protected. It's our intellectual property. I'll move quickly to transparency and to the other point. Now with transparency is when you see any of our AI news anchor delivery, the first thing you will see is they are watermarked. You will also see on the top left-hand corner, AI news anchors. And in fact, the AI news anchors introduce themselves as such. The moment you see the one in Yoruba, it will tell you, my name is, for those of you who understand Yoruba, it will say, Orúkọ mi ni Victoria Ajayi, Emini Akolo, Iroyin, Anchor AI. It would immediately tell you that. It will say that in Hausa, it will say that in Igbo, right? And that's what transparency and truth is all about. We cannot afford to deceive our audience. We cannot afford to say innovation is eroding, human dignity. It cannot move. Innovation must never move past human dignity. And lastly, we operate under the code of conduct of the NBC, and this is where truth comes in. And in our code of conduct, it prohibits deceptive use of or false spreading of news or information. Now, what we have done is we have decided that any of such news that would go out, which is mostly on digital, in the narration, across it, all around it, the moment you see it, you would know it's AI-generated news. It looks very believable, but you will know. That is how to be responsible. Because at the end of the day, AI cannot, and I do not believe it would take over institutions.
If you wanted to know how Taiwan be successful and become the backbone of AI development, talk to us. We will provide our reference model. We will provide our know-how with goodwill. Because Taiwan has become the most trustworthy partners for every major country in the world in terms of AI development, in terms of basic technology, in terms of manufacturing. We have goodwill and we have no bad ideas. So this is how Taiwan become the best partner for technology development for the rest of the world. So today I'm here not just because I'm just a diplomat, but I've been here from the 1990s for 4 years in Nigeria, and now I've been staying here for 5.5 years. I've been enjoying all the good fish pepper soup, pounder yam, moi moi puff puff, and my favorite food has been the bushmeat plus palm wine. So I'm not just here to represent someone from Taiwan, but as the two friends of Nigeria who understand the vitality, creativeness, and also all the talent that you have shown to the world. Look at your Nollywood movie. Look at your music talent that widely recognized by not just American, but the rest of the world. So your talent have never failed my expectation. So with such a vast event like today, I have full confidence that AI development, no matter in, well, hardware or software, will be so successful, Nigeria will take the lead, not just in Africa, not just utilizing your youth, your power, and also women empowerment. So I have full confidence by attending this particular event today and your future to come. As I mentioned, our mission in Nigeria, not just having political section, economic section, visa section, we also have a Taiwan Trade Center in Lagos. This is the matchmaking agency that provide opportunity for any Nigerian industry company in terms of AI or in terms of any other business opportunity that you would like to establish with Taiwan. You're more than welcome to contact us. You're more than welcome to do business with us, and you're more than welcome to discuss what might be good for Nigeria in terms of AI development, in terms of building a responsible and responsive AI mechanism for Nigeria.
The UK's strategy for AI rests on 3 pillars. Firstly, we see AI as a vital tool for delivering our 5 national missions: economic growth, clean energy, public safety, equal opportunity and healthcare, and for modernising public services through innovation and upskilling. Secondly, the UK is advancing practical, compatible standards supported by a multi-stakeholder AI standards hub. This is to help governments and businesses adopt AI safety responsibility. Thirdly, we all know that AI is borderless. The UK works multilaterally through the AI Safety Summit Series, the United Nations, the OECD, including its partnership with GPAI, and the G20, where we help to shape global frameworks where innovation and which responsibly reinforce one another. We believe our partnership with Nigeria can be ambitious across several fronts. Firstly, the UK's Digital Access Programme continues to support Nigeria's drive for inclusive digital transformation, strengthening cybersecurity, data governance, and digital service delivery. These efforts help build the foundational system that enables safe and widespread AI adoption. Secondly, our collaboration expands AI safety, security, and data governance, work reinforced by Nigeria's contributions to discussions at the AI Summit in London, where global partners examined risks from frontier AI models and strategies for safer development. The UK is also adopting a scan pilot scale model in our own public sector, deepening our understanding of AI capabilities before piloting and scaling those solutions forward. We see strong opportunities, particularly in the sectors, to collaborate with Nigeria in areas of health, education, agriculture, manufacturing productivity, and climate resilience. The UK and Nigeria are natural partners. Throughout today's conference, colleagues from the British Deputy High Commission, which are all within you, will be here to speak with innovators, policymakers, and investors, exploring collaboration with the United Kingdom. We welcome you to try and talk to us, and we will try and help as much as possible. Colleagues, as you all know, responsible AI is the foundation of adoption at scale. By embedding safety, transparency, and accountability, we build public trust. By investing in people, especially younger people, we ensure that the benefits of AI translates into jobs, services, and opportunities. And by working across borders, we must ensure that global rules reflect shared values and not fragment interests. In Lagos, you feel the energy, the creativity, and ambition driving Africa's digital future. The United Kingdom remains committed to deepening our partnership with Nigeria so that AI works for everyone, enabling inclusive growth, resilient public services, and communities that are safer, healthier, and more prosperous.
We started the first accelerator dedicated to AI for Nigerian companies. We've invested in 5 to 8 AI companies based in Nigeria, and just here to talk about the direction of AI and how we can get more companies and more founders building AI, and then also in the framework of responsible AI as well. We are looking at early stage companies building in AI. Our primary sort of call to action is more founders need to be building in this space. Once we engage with a company, then we go deep into the kind of the structure and the responsibility and the safety and security side of it. But we are first looking for people to really be building there. More founders building in AI is our primary call to action.
There are some AI models that are still not inclusive for people with disability. For example, we have some voice recognition systems that do not recognize people with speech impairments, right? So that's still a challenge on its own, and it's something that we still have to navigate. So in a way, yes, and in a way, there is still so much work to be done.
Taiwan stands for the best technology, not just for manufacturing, but also for the future development of anything related to AI. Any organization, any company, any industry in the world want to develop AI, they have to come to Taiwan. Not just like NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, anyone developing something to do with AI, they have to come to Taiwan because our capability of helping them to fulfill their dreams is immeasurable. So Taiwan stands for a small country with no natural resources, but our achievement to develop ourselves to be the most trustworthy, the most indispensable partner for the future AI has been so much appreciated by the whole world.
AI is possibly the most topical conversation globally today. Everywhere you hear of deep investments into AI, how to make AI work, LLMs, and so on. And Africa obviously has to play a very major role in this. With one of the largest populations, about 18%, it is important that in this new frontier, Africa also begins to have relevant conversation around AI for itself, and also partake at the highest level. So conferences like this is very welcome for us to develop AI, for us to use AI, and for us to take advantage of AI and how AI can work for us. We believe that these are early days. I think right now there's a lot of investment going in globally. We believe that Nigeria too should also take a part in this, because we have so many problems that AI can potentially solve for us. In our personal lives, we're seeing how AI is already beginning to work. It's making work faster for us. We're able to crunch things faster. And we believe that on some of the most topical, germane issues and problems that we have that previously seemed very intractable, we can begin to use AI to solve and address some of them. So definitely Nigeria will play a very major role. Also because we have one of the largest populations in Africa, and again, the youth population that we have, and one of the biggest users of enterprise cloud data centers. We have a rapidly growing mobile broadband penetration. We have young people, digitally savvy. So all these things, they work for us. And so it's very natural that we begin to take advantage of AI and use it for collective good.
Events like this expose what are the real challenges, because as we think about growth and we think about the excitement surrounding AI as a topic, it's easy to say, oh, we want to be the next Silicon Valley, without thinking about the risks and the harm that causes with building towards being the next. So I think discussions like this bring thought leaders together, bring experts, technocrats, everyone together to speak about what does the future look like, what harm could we be causing, and what education do we need to give to our youth so that they can participate in that future.
I mean, there's a correlation, because without data, there's no AI. And, so that is a correlation all about. Correct. If you have the right data, then of course the way to use it in the right way, you get the right output. Otherwise, it is just a garbage in, garbage out. The impact is going to be really good, because that's why we are talking about how to use this technology, the high-end technology, in the right way. Because if you don't explain this to the people or the young generation, it can go in either way, a good or a bad way. So we just need to avoid the cut rather not avoiding it, cut off the bad way, because we can't afford it, really. Because, the mean age is 19. Just imagine, we always say majority of the African population is below that 19 average. Yes. So if many of them start using this on a negative way, can you imagine the impact? It's a time bomb, correct? So we should really need to cut that. Technology need to grow in our own way, in not a copy-paste, African way of growing it, grow it in the right direction so that it enables the young generation.
The UK has been taking lots of trials and errors. We're taking different approaches to how we integrate AI into particularly the public sector, where we see great opportunities. So we have a different approach to this. We do trials. So a lot of that expertise, which really thinks about that inclusivity, the responsibility of AI, is something that we can bring to Nigeria and demonstrate how we've done it and how we're looking to do it in the future.
Our company, TVC Communications, have not just used AI, but we have been one of those who have been first to use it responsibly and inclusively. And so InnovateAI conference is one that we're here to support. We are, first off, the official media sponsor and partner for the event, but also to share our experiences, to meet other business industry leaders, and to just learn from others that are here on what they're doing in their sectors, how they're using AI responsibly, and perhaps we can take some of the learnings back and implement them.
This is the largest gathering of AI conversation anywhere in Africa. It's called InnovateAI Conference. This is the third edition, InnovateAI Lagos 2026. The biggest takeaway from here is understanding how to use, build, utilize AI responsibly.
And how do we utilize AI responsibly?
Fairness, inclusion, explainability, ensuring that we treat AI usage the way we want others to use it in relation to us. Being fair, being inclusive, being able to explain it, and ensuring that you are not exhibiting bias when using AI, and also being safe with AI.
Wow, it's indeed an exciting time and a enlightening one at the InnovateAI Conference 2026 in Lagos. And we must have learned something about the responsible AI beyond innovation. And this is where I pull the plug on the show. I am Dapo Aruwajoye. See you next time on TechnyFire.